drift on a sailboat. My love is the sea. Yours is the horizon, constant and steady. You said my limbs too tired to flow, lifting my lonesome sails. The tide is out, the moon is high, we're sailing.
All right, welcome back to Morning Coffee with Rick Alexander. I hope you had a great week, and I hope that the holiday season is going well for you. I know that the holidays can be, well, they can be a lot of things. They can be fun, they can be exciting, it can be great, and it can be lonely, and it can be, there can be a lot of pressure on the holiday season to provide and to get gifts and to do things. And I'm going to actually talk about that a little more as we get a little closer to Christmas. But, you know, I talk a lot about the more painful experiences that we go through in life because I think that we screw it up. We tend to focus on the wrong parts of our painful experiences. And because of that, it transcends into the rest of our lives and we're not as effective in our lives as we could be. You know, for me, I speak from a place, like when I speak about performance, I speak about these things, it always comes down to like really knowing yourself because I believe that's like the fastest way to performance. But all of that aside, what I wanted to do today is talk about, you know, if you're going through something going into the holidays that can be like scary or is anything other than pure ecstasy and happiness, then maybe this would be a good message for you. Because it's important for me to recognize that something can be painful, beautiful, inspiring, confusing, and transcendent all at the same time. Because when we go through something, we tend to let the pain control the narrative, like I said, but the truth is, the pain is only a small sliver of like what is really going on, or what that situation actually is. When we're in it, pain has a way of controlling that narrative. It's a very loud emotion, so we become very myopic about our pain or our loneliness or we're very attuned to pick up on negative situations for survival. And so when we go through negative times, like a lot of times what we do is we stay too close to the situation. And because pain is such a loud emotion, we tend to believe that all of this situation is the pain that we're feeling. But time and space away from that situation will inevitably reveal that it was many things beyond just painful. It's often at times of immense growth and change. It's a shedding of the old. So we shouldn't be so quick to judge our painful situation as bad. And I think that's what I'm getting at right now. When we go through this holiday season, it can be easy to think about a lot of negative aspects of our lives when we're not surrounded by family and love. And hopefully my hope for you is that is what you get during the holidays. But it's not always the case, right? We are humans and we let each other down all the time. And so it's important to recognize that whatever you're going through is super important. It's a lot of things. And that's something that wasn't original to me. I heard Rob Bell talk about this a long time ago, but it's something that really did change my life because when you're going through something, you tend to believe that thing is, and then you attach negative emotion to it. So like, this sucks, or this is unfair, or this is bullshit. But the truth is that this is a lot of things. And because the future has infinite possibilities of how it could unfold, you have no way of knowing what this thing that you're going through now actually is, or what it will be. And that's like the beauty of our very finite minds, is that we cannot possibly fathom the infinite. And so we cannot possibly understand or know what this thing is teeing us up for. And so when you find yourself saying, well, this sucks, you should say right after, but this is a lot of things. There are a lot of things that this could be. There are a lot of ways that this could play out. And, you know, I've hit on this subject a little more recently in the morning coffees because I do think that we tend to skew our lives and we seek happiness when happiness is actually just a very small part of the equation because life is a lot of things. And so, you know, when I look back at the most painful time, like this year, I learned through pain. Like that was the way that I figured out a lot of my life. And I think back sometimes and I'm like, is there any way I could have learned these lessons without the pain, just a little easier. The truth is, no, I don't think so. And so when I say something can be painful, beautiful, inspiring, confusing, and transcendent all at the same time, that is actually literally what I mean. Like I've said it before, but when I was going through the most pain in my life was like when I wrote the most fire. And coincidentally, a lot of those topics and ideas have become the centerfold of my message now in Morning Coffee. And it doesn't matter. You might not produce content. You might not even be an entrepreneur. But the things that you're going through now could be teeing you up for a future that you don't have the possibility of fathoming because of your finite mind. And that is really important to remember. Your job is to keep moving forward, to gain what you can, but just to continue putting one foot in front of the other. It's something that ultra marathons have really taught me about life, because there are so many times where your back is against the wall and you're in such acute pain that you don't know what to do. And literally there is nothing else to do besides move forward. But you never know what you're learning, why that path is being redirected. You never know the infinite possibilities for what your future could hold. And so it's important not to grasp onto the present too tightly and label it with what you think it is, because the truth is that it's a lot of things.